All right, I'm creating a new live stream and I'm live here and see if anybody finds me. Let's see if anybody finds me here on YouTube. There you go. Papa Carnivore found me and Stickman's Garage found me and I'm on my cell phone. I don't know what the hell happened. I don't know if it's working. Let me go back to my YouTube channel and let me make sure that I'm actually live and monitor this thing. It seemed to be working. I see some chat says, gotcha. Oh man, I don't know. Everything here was working fine. I got a message that StreamYard could not connect with YouTube. If you can imagine, I can't imagine. So uh, let me try to find this video somewhere on here. At any rate, it's a new first. This is a new first for me, but I'm glad that I hear got 28 people back. So I'm going to try to continue here. I know this is a silly way to do it, but I'm prop my phone up and I'm going to try to make sure I can find it here on my YouTube feed and go to my channel. There it is. Okay, I saw it there. Let me log in and see what's cooking. Yes, I see it. Okay, 32 watching. 32 watching. Yes. Super live chat. Not getting not getting a live chat here, but I see it on my cell phone. All right. All right. I don't know if I'm going to be able to continue the whole stream like this, guys, because it's the height of stupidity, but the other thing is gone. The other chat is gone. I don't need this anymore. Uh, bear with me. Bear with me. I think it's almost 9 o'clock. I know Ellen can't come in. Ellen can't come into this one. It's silly on my cell phone. So I'll just try to interact with you. There's 40 of you here, and that's great. So I'll just try to interact with you guys. Sherry Morgan, this is perfect. This is a great way to go live when you are in a pinch. I'm in a pinch, Sherry. Thank you so much, sweetie. I really appreciate that. And thanks everybody. Thanks everybody for texting me and sending me emails. And I don't know. That has never happened to me before. Uh, Never happened to me. Pamela Suarez says, very tropical. Love my shirt. Thank you so much. Great work under pressure, old guy carnivore. Thanks, Ellen. Good. I'm glad you made it in here. You know what I had to do? I had to end the old stream. Then that meant that video went away forever. Then I had to create a new stream that fast in StreamYard and go live with it on my cell phone because I know I didn't want to try to do it on the computer again. Now I can maybe try to log into this stream on my computer. Let's see what happens. That'd be a good test. So bear with me, guys. Bear with me. Bear with me while I open up StreamYard on this computer. It's going to be interesting. And I find the stream called Tuesday Live. I enter the studio. Now I'm going to come in as a second user. Okay. And I say, I don't want my mic. I want to still continue here. So what's my audio set to? To that. All right, I'm going to mute. The mic is muted, so that won't make any sounds. And the camera is going to be the regular camera, and I'm going to enter the studio. And I'm going to I'm going to put myself in, and now I'm in StreamYard. So can you guys, are you guys, yes, it is working because I appear to be live. It may be a different delay in each one, but I appear to be live with both sources. Interesting. So if I take out this one, I have both, that one and that one. How fancy is that? I could probably send Ellen a link. So I will. Who was it asked me? Who was it? Who was it that asked me about becoming a YouTuber? Who was it that asked me about becoming a YouTuber? So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to go in and I'm going to Gmail. I'm having fun, guys. I always like to try to figure stuff out and second guess. I'm going to email Ellen. Try this again. Email to Ellen. I'll call it the new link. Send it to Ellen. So she will have the link to be able to log in to this stream. I want to take my I'm turning my mic on. Yeah. Okay. It's coming out the speaker. Turn all these volumes down. Okay. So now I should have, you should be able to hear me. So can you sound working now? Great. Okay. Okay. So I'm back on my computer now. I don't need the cell phone connection. So I'm going to take a big leap of faith here and end the cell phone connection. And that should get rid of that. And that leaves me. I hope. That leaves me here in front of you, and I'm trying to see whether it's still working, and it appears to be. 56 people are back. Hey, guys. Great. We did it. We beat the odds. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. So now if I pop out the chat here, like I usually do, and put it over here, now and I've got the the big chat screen in front of me again, and we seem to be working. And if another one of those stupid messages pops up, I'll be incredibly pissed. There we go. So I've got the chat here. And I think I got it all back now. Imagine that. Wow, wow, wow. So I guess there's nothing wrong with my computer. StreamYard, in their connection to YouTube, StreamYard is a third-party software. I stream to them, Ellen would stream to them, and they put the whole show together and stream it to YouTube and anybody else. And in the morning, they'll stream it to Rumble as well. So Ellen is still here. Don't know what to get. Okay, Ellen is just talking and chatting. So let me just catch up with the chat, and we're just going to have to wing it. I did have some more pictures. Sherry Morgan, thank you so much for that super chat. This is perfect. It's a great way. Yeah, you've always got the cell phone, and it's really cool. And I've got the StreamYard app on the cell phone. I can create a new live stream in a second without all the description and fancy names and all that other crap, but at least it'll get me back live on the air. I can do that from anywhere as long as I got a good enough cell signal, internet connection. But thank you so much, Sherry. I appreciate that. The coffees that came in, I appreciate that. Appreciate all you guys for everything. And I appreciate you for sticking with me. I can't believe 52 of you fought the battle to come back here. Wow, wow, wow. Incredible. Incredible. And because I got you back here right now, I need to set one more thing up here. I need to set up a way that I can show you what I got on my screen because I got some pictures to show you. I got some pictures to show you. And Turamir, whose name is Tuka Horme. Turamir, vacationing, we've talked about Turamir. He's vacationing out in Utah and Nevada, and he went to a place called the Labyrinth. That labyrinth is an amazing place, he says. We took a silent meditation. My friend and I suddenly lifted my head, looked at them smiling, waved, and said hi to them. But it sounded like a 10-year-old boy. I didn't even notice. I guess they had some kind of a spiritual experience. It's a Native American land out there in Utah. And he took some pictures out there. And the pictures are kind of cool. So let me show you them. This is the thing they call the labyrinth, and it's gorgeous. Isn't that something? And then Turamir told me he wished he could be as handsome as me, and I said, I got a picture of you, my friend. We're going to see. And he's a rugged-looking, good-looking guy. Look at him. That's Turamir. That's Tuka. How you doing, man? It's good to see you. Good to see you. And he's from over in, I think it's Finland, but says better bodies on it. Yeah, good-looking guy. And he took a picture. They gave him a drum. They gave him a drum to beat. Maybe he thought Aunt B would like this, but over there he found a shop called Aunt B's Treasures. So B, if you're here, you ought to get a bang out of that one. I don't know this is what the ground looks like there, and there's a pen on the ground, and maybe that was either the pen was there or he put it down to give you some kind of scale, and I haven't figured out what the purpose of this is, but. He sent me these pictures, and I thought that was very, very nice of him. So thank you. I wanted to share those with everybody. I really did want to share those pictures with everybody. And also, I got some pictures from Karen Gooding. Karen took these pictures. Well, these pictures speak for themselves. Y'all know who that is. This was from our meetup here in Melbourne. When was it? 3 weeks ago? Yeah, about 2 or 3 weeks ago. There's me and Kelsey, and this was the meetup where Curry showed up. Oh no, maybe this was the one. This was the one in Tampa. Holy cow! She said I've had these pictures for a while. She wasn't kidding. This was the Tampa meetup. Yeah, because we had a different room. There's me in my blue shirt. Some of the fellow carnivores that showed up, and we had a pretty good crowd there. It was a great lunch. Anyway, she sent me some of those pictures, and I thank you so much for that. I love that one. That's a great picture of me and Kelsey, and he even writes Kelsey on his name tag. And I'm bigger than him. But he's a muscular little dude. I'm telling you, he's in great shape at Kilts. He's in great shape, and he's just a great guy. He's a great guy. I enjoy knowing him. So I'm glad that I got to meet him and meet him again over here a few weeks later. So hey, those are some pictures that I wanted to share. I see Ellen's still chatting away. I don't know if she's gonna get back in here or not. But let me just start running through the chat. So I'm going back to the beginning of the chat on the newest live stream. Ellen says to me, "Great work under pressure, boss. Thank you." I can't believe I got it. I actually got it back up, and it really is. It's back up, and the cell phone is shut off. The cell phone, and no, that is not a part of this anymore. Everything is just set up exactly the way I normally set it up. I got all my scene changing equipments. I got this scene. If I want to say hi to you guys over there and then come back to you in the front, can do all those neat Hollywood tricks. I should have my music. I still have my music. Everything is working. And thank you, Ellen. Great work under pressure. Apocalypse Carnivore Old Guy says CB Carmack. I may as well go back up here and actually put these up on the screen so you guys can see your name in lights. Sick Man's Garage gave me a wave. Sandy Blythe, I see you. That's great. And I assume that you still can see me. Yeah, it appears to still be working. I'm sure you'd be telling me about it, or I'd be getting text if it wasn't working. But yes, it still is. And shut some of those windows. I don't know. I have no idea what caused the problem. They had an error message for it, so evidently it's not the first time that's happened. But it was. I took a look at my internet feed. I was putting out. The signal was going out from my house at the right bandwidth and everything. So it was making it to StreamYard, but it didn't make it from StreamYard to YouTube. Granny Boo 2 is here, and Rex is there. CB Carmack got back in. Naruto Kun, Randy K, gotcha. Great. Linda Price, hello. Tina's here also. Wow, great. Chris Swain got back. Peter got back. Great. Everybody's here. Cindy Braddock. Super. Ellen says, okay, we are here. Louis L. has a question. What happened? What happened? What happened? It's scary. It's scary what happened. And what happened was it's a long chain of events to bring you a live stream. A lot of technology in use. It's being bounced all over the place. It's being collected from all the contributors. For example, if Ellen's in here with me, her stream goes direct to StreamYard. My stream and everything coming out of my studio goes to StreamYard. StreamYard puts it together in an application, and in that application is where I get a chance to add things like this, not change the scene so there's room for a window for Ellen, go back to full screen. I can do that. I can do all that in StreamYard. I can arrange people in different windows. But that's not done on my computer. That's done in the StreamYard servers. Then StreamYard puts the whole package together, everything coming from everywhere, and sends it to either YouTube, Rumble, X, Facebook, wherever you tell it you want to stream. And they all see the end product. Well, anywhere along that chain, if anything goes wrong, you're screwed. Amazes me that it works as well as it does almost all the time. This is the first time I've ever had a problem that wasn't something with my internet connection. And I see a lot of you assumed that. But this is like the first time that it was not my fault at all. Because I'm using right now all my equipment, same connection, same everything. I just created a whole new stream in StreamYard. There was something screwed up with that old one. I tried to re-log into it, but it wouldn't let me. So the connection between StreamYard and YouTube had become disconnected, and there was no reestablishing that. So he started over, and we're back. And that's what happened, Lewis. Hope that answers your question. And I just saw Sherry Morgan. Sherry, thank you so much. Thank you so much. This is a great lesson to learn that we all like you, even when you're on a simple cell phone. Time for a cigar. Sherry, I missed my opportunity. I could have taken this cell phone and just gone outside on my back porch and set it down and lit up a cigar. But I'll do that tomorrow morning. The reason I like this setup for my evening live streams is I can show you the pictures. I can do all kinds of things that I can't do sitting outside on a cell phone. I think I can make the live streams a little easier, but it was a missed opportunity. It definitely was a missed opportunity. Yeah. Thanks so much. Thanks so much. And I'm going to look for questions here. Sherry says, question, we all just want to hang out with you. Just stay here. Okay, I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. I even got a brand new bottle of San Pellegrino. Do I have any coffee left? Yes, I have some cold coffee. And now I saw a couple people said no sound, but that was, I guess, at the point where, I guess you got sound now, or else people would have said you don't have sound when I was switching back and forth and getting rid of the cell phone. But I imagine that if I had no sound, I'd be seeing no sound at the end of the stream, and I don't see it there. So here's a question. Way down at the bottom, Jerry Voitush, a coworker, asked how carnivore affects gout. For me, got rid of it. Got rid of it completely. Which is interesting because my uric acid actually went up a little bit. So I started researching it and found out that that's common on when you eat more protein. And the reason the range of numbers is so low is most people don't eat near enough protein. And my BUN, blood urea nitrogen, was like 30 something, and they said that on a higher protein diet, even up to 50 can be considered normal. So I don't worry about it, but that's I think the number of people look at to talk about the possibility of gout. But I had gout in a big toe on my left foot that was next to a kidney stone, right up there on the pain scale. I got to tell you, right up there on the pain scale. And Gone. Never bothers me. Never bothered me again once I got on carnivore. So I think that Jerry, I think that you can pretty well safely assume that it should help you. If it doesn't, I'm not a doctor. I can't tell you why. I can't tell you why. Spanky says, "Hi Sherry Morgan. Ask Mitch. He's got my email. Can you send Sherry my email?" I have to try to remember to do that. Sherry, I think I have your email. If not, just send me an email. Send me an email again, and that'll remind me. Just send me an email if it's not too much trouble to oguycarnivore@gmail.com and say, send me Spanky's email, please, if you want me to. If you want me to. I'll get that. I'll reply and put his email in there. So, Spanky, I hope that will work for you. And let's see. How much chat did I miss here? God, look at you guys. I'm looking for questions. So let me go into this window and hit the search button and type Q, 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 and see what happens. Sherry said, we all just want to hang out with you. Just stay here. Okay, you got it. And let's search for the next one. Is there a next one? That's the only QQQ it found, and I know there's more because I just saw one. Sometimes this leaves a little bit to be desired. There they are. I knew there was some more. A coworker asked me to send Spanky my email. Carrie Duffy. A question. Welcome. It's my first time catching you live. What a night you picked, my friend. What a crazy night that you picked. I can't believe that happened. I also can't believe I got back on the air here somehow. Holy cow, and I don't even have a whole staff of technicians and producers. I don't have any of that stuff. But Carrie Duffy, let me see if I can find her question here. Somewhere in this other chat. There it is, right there. Here it is. I will put it up there. It is my first time catching you live. I'm trying to start carnivore. But one thing, peanut butter is a temptation. That's it? That's the only temptation you have? Lucky you. Do you have any advice? This is kind of a private joke. And Ellen probably knows exactly what I mean by this, and it may sound very strange to you, but I've got a question for you, Carrie. Have you ever met Ellen's father? I hope Ellen is rolling on the floor laughing from that one. Nobody else will get that joke except Ellen. Peanut butter. Well, who doesn't like peanut butter? It's sweet. It's got sugar in it mostly. You know, most of the jarred peanut butters, they add a lot of sugar to it. Because, you know, most of us have tasted that natural peanut butter where you get a jar of it and it's an inch of peanut oil on top and then a bunch of pasty tasting unsweet crap at the bottom, and you got to spend 4 days with a butter knife mixing it up to make something that resembles peanut butter out of it, but it always is gooey and oily. Not like the peanut butter that we get from Skippy in a jar that's sweet and yummy. And it's a carb thing. And I love peanut butter. I loved peanut butter. But if you're tempted by it, that means you just have to deal with your carb addiction like the rest of us do. We were all tempted by something. Me, I was tempted by blueberries and always tempted by ice cream. and especially tempted by any fresh baked bread and crackers and pretzels and anything like that. I just love that stuff. So if you're just starting carnivore, my advice that I give out ad nauseum would be watch my videos that say what to do in the first 30 days. I've got a playlist, and follow those simple instructions. And they are, stay off the scale. It's not about losing weight when you start carnivore. It's about converting yourself to a fat burner. Doesn't matter if you lose weight, gain weight. Keep in mind that what you're trying to do is kill the peanut butter temptation. Without killing that temptation, without doing what it takes to stop the cravings and put your addiction to sleep, hopefully for life if you stick to it. It doesn't matter what the scale says. It's always going to go back up to the high point anyway at some point in the near future, because it does for everybody that goes on a diet. It goes on a diet. This woman I met at the post office today, we were talking about how skinny we were, and she said, well, my husband went on the Atkins diet way back, and he lost 40 pounds. I said to her, yeah, but he put it right back on, didn't he? And she says, well, I don't know, we're divorced, but he got big and fat. I know he got big and fat. I said, of course he did, because nobody who diets keeps the weight off for life. It doesn't happen. Why? Because they haven't killed the reason why they can't do it. They haven't cured their addiction. And that's why I make my message almost solely about curing that addiction for those of us who are severe carb addicts, which is most of us, are not lucky enough to be able to walk away from all that stuff that we binge on. And it's not our fault, because that stuff is engineered to make us binge on it. So the food companies have won, and the drug companies are cleaning up the mess, selling us treatments for the rest of our life. So what I would suggest is you go on that, and the way to cure the addiction is to just not allow yourself to get hungry. If you're so satiated from eating so much fat and meat that you can't look at another bite, you're not going to have cravings. You're not going to be tempted by anything. And if you start to get tempted again, I say eat another meal of meat and fat. And keep doing that, no matter how much you have to eat, for probably 3-4 weeks. It'll taper off naturally, because your appetite and your hunger and your cravings will change, so where you won't need to eat that kind of food. And not weighing yourself every day and trying to use the scale as a measure of success, because it doesn't always show you success. Sometimes it shows you utter and complete disappointment, because that's just a normal course of losing weight. You stall. Sometimes you gain a little bit of it back. Your body's fighting to hang on to it. And that disappointment usually gets people to give up and say, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I gained a pound yesterday and I'm doing this right. That's it. This doesn't work. I'm going to Dunkin' Donuts. See you later. And that's how it ends. Because you're relying on the scale to smile up at you from the floor and say, atta girl, the other half pound. I'm proud of you. Instead, you don't hear that message. You see, you gained a half a pound last night. It's meaningless. It's meaningless. Just get through that first adaptation period, that first 30 days, 60 days, whatever it takes. The peanut butter cravings will or should go away unless you have one bite of peanut butter. And if you have one bite of peanut butter, you've ruined the whole thing, because you must abstain for life, or at least until you've been into it for a couple of years and you want to risk trying to add some of that stuff back in if you're not that severe an addict. And some people can do that. And look who is here. Holy cow. Talk about a resurrection from the disaster of technical problems. Look at this. Hi. Talk to me.
Hi.
There you go. Okay. Are you home? I can't
No,
hear you.
I'm still with my doggy.
They didn't come
Oh,
home
see, I
yet?
don't think it's working very well.
Yeah, it's working okay. I can hear you.
No. Mm-mm.
Yeah, a little bit of a delay. I don't
Yeah.
know what you're yeah, I don't know what you're listening through. You're listening through what you were viewing it on, not StreamYard. Close
Okay.
the
I'm
wind
at.
close
Yeah. No. Yeah. No. I'm on StreamYard. I think it's kind of funny. I don't know. Maybe the internet isn't working well.
maybe, but the delay is going to make it unusable. So,
Yeah.
uh
I'll just go back to that. I'll just check myself
yes,
out for
stick
now. I
stick
think
in the chat and
I'll just mute myself for now and maybe try again later.
okay. All right.
Or
That's fine. I'll put you up in the corner, and you can. Whoa, you did away with it. There you go. And I'll put you up there, and you can watch us. And if there's something you see that's for me, just wave at me, and I'll see you, and I'll open your mic and keep quiet till the delay passes, so I can hear what you say. Yeah. See, Ellen's hearing me with a big delay. But who knows what's going on? She's not at home. She's on herself. She's just trying to answer me. Uh, anyway, okay. So I'm back. Where was I? I was asking that question. Carrie, answering that question. Carrie, I do have that advice for you, and don't be a stranger and let us know how you're doing. And if you have a question, just ask me. Come in any morning if you can. If you're not going to work or something, and let me know how you're doing and if it's working for you. And if if it's not working, we'll try to figure out why. And I used to love peanut butter too. You know what I used to do when I was on keto? I used to try to buy the lowest sugar peanut butter I could find. And I found that it was okay. It wasn't as sweet as some of them. And I would smear it on pork rinds. And it was fabulous because there was a little bit of sweetness in the peanut butter, saltiness, and fat in the pork rinds. And I swear I almost became a food scientist and almost was able to hit that bliss point where it became a fabulous snack, almost like a peanut butter filled pretzel. There's a reason why those things are so addictive and you can't stop eating them. Oh, okay. Spanky posted his email address, so anybody who wants to email Spanky can. Yeah, there's Naruto's got the advice right there. Get rid of your peanut butter and eat meat. So hopefully she's not eating the peanut butter, just having cravings for it. And people are talking to Carrie, and a lot of chat going on. A lot of chat. I'm look. Here's another question. Good, Sherry. Question: what's your take on the Cerule product? You're right. That is the name. I think that's the name that Bart K is selling on his multi-level marketing. Something for stem cell support. Thank you. Ellen and I were.
okay, this Mitch. Can you
Yes.
hear me?
Yes.
Oh, because I didn't get a chance to talk to you about this yet. Because Ms. Sherry and I was on the phone. Well, hopefully she doesn't mind if I say this. Sherry, stop me in the chat if you do. We were having a conversation and we were doing a little research, and I had done this in the past. I was looking up the ingredients in the Cerule supplements. And we were laughing and laughing. Guess I can't go into all this, but guess what? Guess what is in circulation support?
What?
The cacao bean. The cacao bean coffee.
Cocoa. Oh. Cocoa.
Cocoa, yeah, I was making it sound fancy. Coffee, and about 8 other freeze-dried, factory processed shrubs and plants, and yeah,
You know,
coffee, lemon, and plant extracts. So all those people giving us a hard time about drinking coffee.
yeah.
Anyway, I could go on and on. So
Well, let me give you my opinion because of
anyway,
our
I'll go back
delay.
in my box.
Okay,
I was gonna leave out on that one.
it's
Oh,
impossible
and
to
then
do
and
this.
Sherry, and then the other one. That what was the other one? There's a few different brands, but there was one that it is basically spirulina.
Oh
Sherry
God,
said, I looked up the ingredients, the blue green algae,
yeah.
and the marketing, it's so bad because they make it sound so fancy. And then Sherry pulled out this bag. She's like, is this what it is? This bag of, spirulina that you can get anywhere at any health food store will sell it. And they're charging 5 times as much and talking about how it's, I could
Yeah.
go on and on. Okay, go
All
at it.
right. Okay. So, yeah, it's impossible for Ellen and I to have a conversation. We've got a 5-second delay between us. So, but that's good. You're right. You're right, Ellen. You're right. And that question is a great question. And there are a number of products on the market that are sold by influencers. Not everybody advertises them. I like Bart K. I think Bart K is a smart man. But so is Andrew Huberman, a brilliant man. And yet he sells AG1, athletic greens. If you've ever heard of them, they're huge. They sell a bag. I don't know how many servings is it, $100 and pay 70% commission to hundreds and hundreds of health channel type influencers on YouTube and talk about how amazing this stuff is. And then somebody actually came along and made a video about all the crap that's in it and how they misrepresent everything. It's like a multivitamin pill. Most of it is crap and filler, and it's all big bucks. And when Ellen and I were discussing it the other day, I said, yeah, sounds like Amway. And it's a multi-level marketing. It's a pyramid scheme. I don't know a lot about it because I don't want anything to do with it. I wouldn't use it. I wouldn't use it. I would not ask anybody else to come in under me because in most multi-level things, you get people under you, they get people under them, they get people under them, and they get free product instead of money for a lot of cases in a lot of these different levels, and everybody's going to get rich and drive a Ferrari. I think that's what it is. Now, there may be something to some of the ingredients in there. And I'm not going to disparage Bart K, because if I did that, I'd have to disparage everybody that is pushing every one of these things, including LMNT electrolytes, which is virtually everybody. So if you're in the carnivore or keto space, everybody's pushing something. Everybody's got a supplement. The most reputable, the only people who don't push anything, even Anthony Chafee for a long time was selling these carnivore bars. I'm sure they were a good product, but everybody's got sponsors. Ken Berry, I don't know, he doesn't push a lot of stuff, but he is involved with Keto Chow. And Sean Baker doesn't sell these products, but he's pretty much pushing his new business, Rivero Health. And Ed Bosworth is heavily involved selling. Guess what? And I don't disparage her, but the Keto Mojo, the meters that you'd use to take your ketone and glucose levels every day. And that's the thrust of her whole thing. And a line of supplements. Eric Berg, fabulously wealthy guy, a supplement salesman, snake oil salesman, most of them. There may be some benefit to those. And along comes Mitch, making no money hardly, telling you he uses Amazon links, buy him a coffee once in a while. You know, I'm not selling any snake oil. I couldn't. I don't use any myself. I don't need to use any. I avoid those things like the plague. I ask myself one basic question when I think about adding anything, and that is that something that was in the caveman's food that isn't in my food? That's the criteria for supplementation for me. Is there some reason why that nutrient, whatever it was, vitamin, mineral, or whatever, was found in the food and water that cavemen drank and ate 50,000 years ago, and for some reason today, the food that I eat is deficient in that nutrient? Because that's all I need other than the food and the water. That's it. I don't need anything else. For me, it's iodine, a little bit of iodine, and some electrolytes and a little vitamin D. And the vitamin D is not that it's deficient in the food, it's just that none of us get the kind of sunlight that the half-naked, barefoot cavemen used to get running around outside all day, every day. And that's it. All of the rest of this crap, I don't want to go so far as to call it a fraud. But you watch these things, they're infomercials. They're Billy Mays selling OxyClean. They're ShamWow. They're the Home Shopping Club. And it all masquerades under the auspices of, here's the magic bullet, the quick fix that'll solve all your problems instantly. Doesn't exist. The drug companies do it all the time. The latest, we all know the latest, is Ozempic. Talk about a magic pill. Talk about making money. Talk about making money. Especially for Neo Nordisk. Is it Finland or Denmark over there? The pharmaceutical company that owns Ozempic and stood to make $3 trillion a year from the sales of that product to American consumers, funded by Medicare and the federal government through Medicaid, health insurance, Medicare, because Congress, I don't know if they passed it or not, but that was working its way through Congress, the legislation, to put the federal government on the hook for that $3 trillion a year. Do you know what that is? $3 trillion a year going into the pockets of a pharmaceutical company, and more than likely greatly increasing the harm of the health of people that are taking this wildly unproven drug, because so far the track record hasn't been so great. I think we lost Ellen. Ellen was a great try. Maybe the people got back and you're going to go home, but that was a great try. I appreciate you trying to come back in. We just couldn't make it work, but at least I made this work, and I got to finish my second hour here tonight. So my take, Sherry, on cereal products is, oh, you heard it. You heard it. I think, I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. A lot of people in our community have jumped on that bandwagon, and on their own channels, they're talking about it all the time and claiming such great benefits. And I don't want to call them all liars. Maybe it's just wishful thinking, the placebo effect. But my opinion is I don't want any part of it. Thank you for that question. And I see that you did it again. So let me go down, Sherry. Because I do want to acknowledge your super chats because you're more than generous. For the record, I was asking you your opinion, Mitch. It may be in the formulation. I wasn't trying to throw Bart under the bus, just your thoughts. Okay. Yeah, I don't want to throw Bart K under the bus. And there may be some things about it that are helpful. I haven't studied the formulation of it, but Ellen did, and she told me about the conversation with you and what she thought of the list of ingredients. And I tend to just lose a lot of respect for any product that uses a pyramid scheme or multi-level marketing, because those kind of schemes don't sell the product. They sell making money with the product as a vehicle. People don't get in that for the product itself. They get in that because they can sell that product to other people who will sell it to other people and have people underneath them in the multi-level marketing scheme. And that's how Amway built its business. And OBS is currently, I don't know what I clicked there, but okay. I'm a little paranoid about technical difficulties tonight, but no, I'm not trying to. I have a lot of respect for Bart K. But Bart, like everybody else, has his reasons for doing what he's doing. So I won't say any more about that, lest I get in trouble. I just don't want to. Scooby says, Ellen says, I'm going to get fired. No, Ellen, you're not going to get fired. You're not going to get fired. You're a trooper. You're a trooper. Boyd Lamb says, very reasonable take, Mitch. Remember, this is public. Give your opinions, yes, but. Yep, that's true. You're absolutely right, Boyd. And Ellen chimed in, and we've started a whole thing here. She says, no, Sherry, there is nothing magic about the formulation. I haven't seen it, but I trust Ellen. She knows a lot about all that stuff. Jim Witt says, I'd love to find a real wow, but sadly only a sham wow. That's great. I like that. That's great. Polish Mike says Denmark. Okay, that's where Novo Nordisk is, in Denmark. Yeah. If they continue to go like they're going, they're going to be they're going to be the richest corporation in the world, selling people a dream. That shows you how bad people want to lose weight. Would they spend as much money if you said this will cure all your illnesses? Or is the trigger the weight loss? Because that's why people go on diets. Just ask them. They'll tell you. Aunt B, how you doing? Good to see you. Okay, Ellen says, okay, I'm out. Why does everyone feel the need to suck up to Bart K? Does no one care that he is taking advantage of diet people with a pyramid scheme? At least I have integrity. Well said, Ellen. You didn't have to go away. I hope you're not offended by that, but evidently you decided you didn't want any more of it. I don't blame you. She says the placebo effect is strong. I also agree with that. I mentioned that. Wishful thinking. Wishful thinking. Liking 442, I believe he showed the photos of his current live stream, Laurie's Carnivore Story. Okay, yeah, I showed some photos today. And we've created, see what you started with that question? We've created a lively, spirited discussion. Hear, hear, Ellen. Pamela Suarez says, I'm with you. And Ellen is still here, so we didn't scare her away. Placebo effect, a 33%. You have to show a benefit above that to have a real effect. Yeah. And that's some of the problem with so many of these double-blinded, randomized control trials, is the placebo effect. And that's where you'll see it, because when you're doing nutritional studies, it's impossible to have a placebo effect because you're eating the frigging food. You can't hide from the person delivering the food or eating the food what the food is. You can't tell them while they're munching on broccoli that they're eating sirloin steak. Sorry. But when you're doing a drug trial, you can make the placebo and the genuine drug look exactly the same, with the same color, the same shape, the same markings. And nobody knows which is the real drug. Not even the people administering the doses. Only the administrator of the study knows who's getting the real and who isn't. That's why they call it double blind. Nobody knows except the one person. It's a closely guarded secret. They spend a fortune on these studies. They have security that you wouldn't believe in dispensing these drugs. Impossible to tell the sugar pill from the real pill. Even the taste, I'm sure, is engineered to be the same. So nobody could tell the difference from the actual pill itself. Can't do that with nutrition. How are you going to do that? How are you going to do a butter versus margarine test? I mean, anybody can tell the difference. All you got to do is taste it, for God's sakes. So that's that. That's enough of that. I see Ellen says, oh, come on, Mitch, it's a fraud. Okay, Ellen, I'm just trying to be careful here. You know you don't need to convince me. We've had the conversation about this stuff. Ellen's very passionate about this. I don't blame her. I'm passionate about it too. Oh, Ellen's on my case now. She may never talk to me again. Wow. I don't understand what you mean here, Ellen. Do you mean they couldn't hear our conversation? Our conversation we had on the telephone, I think, about that. That wasn't on that wasn't the conversation I'm talking about is one we had on the phone. Okay, here, good news. Ellen says the doggie's parents are coming home. And Turamir is here. How you doing, Turamir? Ellen says you're going to have to replay to see your pictures. Turamir Carnivore. Oh, okay. Ellen didn't leave because she was pissed off. She left because she's packing up. It's okay. All right. Okay, good. And that was the bottom of the chat. So, Ellen, have a safe trip home. I sent you the link for tomorrow morning's breakfast live stream, and I will see you. I will see you then, and we will forget all about cereal products. Something I don't think I've ever talked about that on any of my videos or streams, and never intended to, because I was never impressed by any aspect of that. And I refuse to take any sponsors from any supplement company, period, end of story. I just won't do it. I won't do it. Okay, here is a question from Sherry. Did you hear about the butter recall from FDA? I did. I did. Was that the most absurd thing you have ever heard, Sherry? I heard it on the news this morning. I heard it on, not on the news. Who made a video out of it? Ken Berry made the video. It was Ken Berry's video talking about that Kirkland, Costco, recalled 80-something thousand pounds of, the FDA recalled 87,000, was it? 87,000 pounds of Kirkland butter. And Ken made it was funny. It was funny. He made a big deal out of it. Sarcasm flowed. My kind of video. If you haven't seen it, watch it. Find it. It's a blast. And he did things like he's saying that it's a God, we've got the FDA, the watchdogs of our safety. Thank God they're there and so vigilant at looking out for the dangers and hazards. I mean, he went on and on and on, and he just kept going, and it was great. I knew you could tell it was sarcasm. The bottom line of it was, why did they recall 87,000 pounds of Kirkland butter? And the answer was, because on the label of the packaging of that 87,000 pounds, they omitted for some typo or error that it contained milk, might contain milk. We're talking about butter here. Talking about butter. And it might contain milk. And Ken went nuts. Butter is made from milk. How can it not contain milk? How can anybody be concerned or in danger if it contains a little milk left after they make the butter out of it? It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. And for that, they had to destroy 87,000 pounds of product. Isn't it great that the FDA is looking out for our safety and approving all of these drugs that are killing us? I don't know. God, I hope some changes happen. I really, really do. But we'll see. We'll see. The whole world is absurd. But that, yes, you're right, Sherry. I watched that this morning, and I got a kick out of it. Not that the butter was recalled, but the way the sarcasm in that video, the way he pretty well busted the government's chops once again. Yeah. Thank you for that, Sherry. Pamela Suarez says the FDA is crazy. I don't think all of them are. I think it's mostly just the corrupt leadership of so many of these agencies that needs to be addressed. There's Jim, you got a great sense of humor. There's milk and butter, huh? Yeah. I'm kind of with Polish Mike. I don't eat a lot of butter. I use bacon grease, and I use tallow too. Matthew Tremblay, I did see Ken Berry's video and shared it. It was ridiculous, wasn't it? I'm telling you. That's great. Yeah, it's super. Oh my God. Rain Dancer says they are selling red velvet eggnog at Walmart. Unbelievable, the crap they came up. Or, yeah, this is just another thing, yeah. Or peanuts contain nuts. Yeah, you buy a bag of peanuts and it says, may contain nuts. Oh, that's funny. And that's funny. Aunt B chimes in. We can always count on B. Freaking dumb recall. I hope they resold it out the back door like a drug dealer or donate your stock to a food bank. I would volunteer to slap an extra label over the other label and call it a day. You're a smart woman there, B. I agree. And Sandy Blythe joined the private community. Welcome. Look forward to seeing you Thursday. And wow, I got to tell you, this live stream tonight has been a wild ride, folks, in every way. A wild ride. Twists and turns and unexpected and controversy. And we made it 2 hours. God. At any rate, welcome, Sandy. Good to see you, and hope to see you on Thursday night, where maybe we won't have such a wild ride. Polish Mike says, remember, everyone, that ribeye may contain cow. Yes, I mean, it opens up a list of absurdities, Mike, that are just too numerous to mention. Thanks for unfreezing Mitch, says Jerry. Good night. Good night to you, and I'm going to start saying good night to everybody. So, Agent 87, 194 days of meat. Says, stick to it, family. Tammy Vitart says good night. That's right. Coffee may include coffee. Be careful. Always read the label. That's why one ingredient labels are so nice. When you pick up a package of a ribeye, and it says ingredients, beef. It's called a one ingredient food. You pretty much can't go wrong with that. Ribeye does contain fat. Don't that cause heart attacks, CB? Yeah. From what I hear everywhere, it does. It does. So, with that, my friends, I'm going to wind this down, try to make some sense of all the results of all of these live streams. People are going to have two different replays showing up in their feed, one from the initial with all the problems. I don't know if I'm going to watch them for fear of reliving all of this pain and stress. But to those of you that found your way back, I appreciate the loyalty. It means a lot to me. And I could have just as easily said, oh, to hell with it, I'll have one tomorrow morning. But no, I enjoy these too much and enjoy your company too much. So we fought. We got it back. In spite of the tech world trying to sabotage us at every turn, I'm going to go ahead, put on a little traveling music, say goodbye to everybody. Thank you again for sticking with this. For all the help, the coffees, the super chats, thank you all so much. Appreciate it. And be back 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. Morning coffee with Mitch. Hope I can see you there. So until then, I'm certainly going to take the rest of the day off, no doubt about that. I suggest you guys do the same and eat meat.